TV yebedam assess money eteni assess monjemre na update ayensa aka ene ewe Ghana hane amanonye die nyina yemfa ensom na quickly ni yenko eye Heath Goldfields South Africa omo ene the government of Ghana. Now as we speak now omo ene Ghana ebe court because and some ebo ba ne kiremu a omo menkana say lease agreement bi omo ensa kan somewhere 2024 December no enya dia edimu entie no ama Ghana President John Dramani Mahama say ye behwe ne revoke omo license omo de eye adwuma sese as we speak now enti akwakoye nsem bebre ye nyina enim dada say the government of Ghana, led by President John Dramani Mahama, is looking forward. Say all the mining sites Ghana is going to have a total control of all these mining sites. It's no idea that ye di hu juma si ebehwe na ekwan ebefa so ani nyina betimi akenfu na Ghana will have a maximum ownership of our mining sites. No. Ni nyina mu na Heath Goldfields South Africa omo enso ehun sensem akwakoba ni nyina mu ne say before the previous government ebefri aban mu no omo ne omo eye nhyehyeye say Pristia any bogoso mines no omo e de be hye omo nsa na so omo de be ma omo no omo adi so aye adi dwuma e wo ho entie no na agreement omo nyina ete ase se omo de be ye dwuma eye one the previous company na omo ewo Pristia bogoso no na omo de staff ni bi ka esikasem ene ade omo snacks ne ade yade na nyina akemu e wo senkomutua and omantua Heath Goldfields tum say sika we nyina yade a omo eba anase de Pristia bogoso mining site ne show omo nsa omo behwe na omo tuatua ni nyina omo besan so atwa sika botin bi e ato ho more than anase close to $500 million no omo de ato machines e de ahye adwuma no mu kena say the expansion can benefit Ghanaians na omo enso etimi akonya adwuma e wo honom akwakoye e wo Heath Goldfields na no ena ni nyina mu amaso but still na aban dada no course so menka na say omo lease agreement no omo edi to mu a omo share omo nsantie no ana ama the current government ehwehwe mu hunu said abi the agreement upon which we agreed to lease that place and I said Pristia bogoso mining sites and yet ebema Heath Goldfields no that is not the agreement until we had to revoke it and ama Heath Goldfields as we speak now omo say omo de niema ebe court enti ensem bebre benka na say akwakoye some kind of diplomatic Ghana president John Dramani Mahama and South African president Ramaphosa Heath for omo akodwa to no said ebe ya omo nyina betimi abam no abeka nsem ni bi na lawyer Martin Kpebu edi nkyeremu kese on this particular matter aba eno no odin nsem etudwa as today nti na Ghana ye pese revoke omo license no what are the major details e wo mu a eno nti Ghana e pese omo revoke South Africa for omo mining companies omo lease agreement omo license omo de ye adwuma no ye nti lawyer Martin Kpebu na ye mra Ghana for dodo na so de omo no atum in the issue of xenophobic attacks across South Africa yeba ye de ni nyina be fra na ya cheche budi amam ye ntie lawyer Martin Kpebu ne emra sese
GoldFields aban de ye mining lease man in December 2024 even abra na ye ben election abaton ya to kra wi a omo say me emfa sa oman japadi bia emu odru me emfa mo bia me enton mo bia me ensign contract bia emfa bibia mo bi no aban bu nani eguso e de sa mining mines no Pristia bogos no e de ma Heath Goldfields na ne enti aban de ma Heath Goldfields say Heath Goldfields e share boss say omo no ombenya sika $500 million in Ghana sika yo $500 million into the battery mu ebe pepe bebre kwa ha nti omo so mo de be hyem ombeto mfidie foforo ombetua work so say work na previous mine a friend say operator no ye na odi kan to mine no na odedeka workers ka GRA snake ni also betuatua ka ni nyina ma ni nyina afiri ho nti aban hye no kra say ene ontua workers ne ka ontua GRA ni saa ne ma ni nyina ma ni mfiri ho kra ansa ne de mining lease contract na nkasa ama no but omanye but uni amanyosem ne ye keka ho na still aban so say Satan na ekufu ado edi nkukuo nti omupie no eniwo ni ne ekeka na omko sane sa contract yi abra nipa no wankasa eyi conditions a wo share no se onye ansa na wo de lease no kra man no wanye nso aban ebu nani guso e de lease no ma omo eno na abetu ye na sisi
Enti lawyer Martin Kpebu the enchiremu kese on this particular issue between the government of Ghana and Heath Goldfields South Africa and the enchiremu abano enti uchiremu na yese bosha na say bosha omo share Ghana ban say ye de mo omo ebeye ni nyina na say proud to say ye the agreement na be ma mo no mo aboa mo ho me hu say mo aboa mo ho betimi aye adwuma no na eka wo ho nyina mo ba betua ni nyina ya de na eka agreement ne ho so omo entimi aye they couldn't meet the agreement. Yes, still the lease was given to, and I said the lease agreement, was signed in favor of Heath Goldfields, and also Ekoye and Sembebre. And no, Enchemu and a lawyer Martin Kpebu, and so Eddie Abano. Now another side of Goldfields, and I said South African mining companies, what Ghana has say, and no, Goldfields, and Heath Goldfields. And a Goldfields omonso angasa omonso says as we speak now in April 2027 Tarkwa mines and omonso di omujuma omonso so emo menka so omo lease no ebewu 2027 in April and no omonso omo sanso aba for renewal for the next 20 years after say omo didi ho for more than 30 years and 30 years no they still want 20 years additional 20 years from April 2027 na eno ena nipa dodo na say the medical to Ghana ban ehwe say omubetimi take control over all the mining sites ebeye Ghanaian owned no ama ehun sem bebre aba say as we speak now President John Dramani Mahama ne na ban omo etwetwe omo ena ase say ombema omo agreement no na manfo bebre ese eno ano no omo making sure say omo agree emfa mo because South Africa is benefiting from Ghana omo ji to say over 25% of global Ghana says most of them 25% almost from Ghana. And so ni no aban and as a Ghana for ekopiem ho na omo pamo omo nti no and ama as we speak now Goldfields Ghana Goldfields South Africa omo edi omo dwa to akoto Cyril Ramaphosa omo South African president and him say omra nenka omma meka bi mo na IEA Institute of Economic Affairs omo so ababonten a omo kiremu say omo enso support say yen renew Goldfields omo Tarkwa site no yen renew omo lease no emfa omo na omo making sure say and she say omo de begu akwan mu no ebema a major part of it ebeye Ghanaian owned ti yanko ne ntie IEA for omo sem omo de to dwa na emra sese.
The Institute of Economic Affairs has noted with profound concern recent statements by the Chief Executive of GoldFields Limited, Mr. Mike Fraser, indicating that his company has formally applied for a 20-year extension of its current mining lease at the Tarkwa mines, which expires in April 2027. And he is now very actively engaging key government officials in pursuit of such approval. We are equally aware of attempts by GoldFields Limited to court the support of traditional authorities in Tarkwa and its environs for this proposed extension. The IEA considers the requested lease renewal or extension, whatever they choose to call it, to be deeply inimical to Ghana's long-term economic and strategic interests, and therefore calls on the government to soundly reject this approach, reject it decisively, while prioritizing a framework that secures meaningful Ghanaian ownership and control of the mines at Tarkwa.
And that was IEA for almost a supporter almost throw behind the government of Ghana. Say almost and say and she say there is going to be a meaningful ownership and as a control over our mining sites, including the Tarkwa mine. As we speak now, GoldFields South Africa almost and a Juma as a CA no a lease agreement no April 2027 enti omo pair for 20 years more extension e de aka ho asese e akwakoye ensem kakra between Ghana and GoldFields South Africa for ensem. As we speak now, said the IEA 42 Jano, they are engaging government officials both in South Africa and then in Ghana. Said the bayo betimi akọ omo not 20 years no omo besa de aka omo ho said the bayo betimi edi dwuma Tarkwa mines ho na said the GoldFields for mudi omudwuma no omo site mienu e wo Ghana ha omo daman e na omo sanso e wo Tarkwa e na sesi omo pese omo di pristia eni bogoso e ka ho eno e na sesi e de e court no nemum Tarkwa de ne de ebewu 2027 they are looking for 20 years more extension eno ena IEA for any Ghana for do na e de omo no atum se da bi. As we speak now, making sure say Ghana is having either total control or major Ghanaian ownership in these mining sites. It's any and someone a year between Ghana and South Africa. President John Dramani Mahama adding in 9 AC from making sure say most of our mining sites is either Ghanaian owned and as a total control by Ghanaians. Now, in prior MP. Davis Opoku ansa enso ede nano atumubi na ono ni nkyeremu ne de very very broad because ochiremu yes indeed also a support say your mining sites no ebeye Ghanaian own enti ono throw the support e de ama President John Dramani Mahama say yes on fan the 9 form na on making sure say Ghana is going to Ghana is going to enjoy our mining sites. The major part of it should come to Ghanaians. Say betimi edi aboy ho bra na ankwanko di oman foforo so. Yentie empriso MP Davis Opoku ansa ye ba ne ya bie ni nsem ni mu ama mu nyina matibe yenko ne mra sese
mining sector na Ghana companies in the year about 80% of the work. It's Rockshore, EMP, companies akese about 80% in Ghana for ne. Eti woman na adwuma no and na go face abrofo egu kakra bi Ghana fo nko na egu. And for me I think say we have come the time is now for our people to manage our own affairs. In fact say Ghana for enya kwanya say won be oni Ghana mines a ebe boye ama Ghana konenim. Can you imagine say sika wo munye nyina last year go face infrastructure wo nya gold almost 2 Tarkwa alone about $540 million. Says Kano, a try your room was here. A bit my chichire room, a bit my aquine, a bit my school dying, a bit my Nema Akasia Bibre, my moise.
And yes, Ochemo Sikachuchi die over 500 million plus afibia omo etanya ewo mining sites no idea success kano emu yechemu enan na emu miensa tena krom ha adwuma ebetimi aye wo krom ha no enya agro nanso omutimi ya na emu 10% pe ena aba ye nchen eno ote ase we bia enye ye enti omo hwe na said omo esi omo adwene pi said they want to make sure say your mining sites no is majorly Ghanaian owned and as controlled by Ghanaians no eno ebetimi aye adwuma because so come most of the mining sites now obubodin na obekọ ho no omo ye subcontractors no about 80% of the adwuma na nkasa omo ye o mining sites no Ghana for na ye ebiti said da mind dey ana omo wo ho dada omo subcontractors bi ti say EMP omo na ye the major work no ede ma omo e ti say ye hwehwe obi ede ahye ne nsa ye de ma engineers and planners enti eno ana ama David ansa anase David and Prez MP Davis or the two just say Ghana for do na they have the capacity to take over these mining sites said the yes kana e free mu ba no e betimi atena krom ha na ye be ko Ghana for enso omo de omano atum bi omo say President Cyril Ramaphosa or President John Dramani Mahama emanenfa emani ntie kura because momo ba Ghana be ye adwuma edi sika ni nyina free ha koye mo man yie na se ba ho bia maka che se yemfiri ye krom ne yemfiri mu krom ho ma ye krom me ye adwuma se sa na tie dia ene omo lease agreement so ni nyina especially South African companies no making sure say there's going to be no renewal. If there's going to be a renewal, they should make sure say the chunk of money should remain in Ghana here. And he said the agreement in Ibia omunye Ghana for do na de no atu nsem a ekoso yimu. Ye be kone akoji nchirimu ni abasisi.
First of all, after these South Africans were disturbing everybody, sacking Ghanaians and the rest from their country, they still want to make profit from Ghana. And it has to do with these companies, South African companies, GoldFields or whatever. Now look at this. South African mining company GoldFields is seeking the intervention of South African President Ramaphosa to lobby President John Dramani Mahama to renew the lease, which expires in April 2027. John Mahama, beg, don't renew that lease. Don't renew that land that you are giving to them 100 million annually, and then they are getting gold from it, and then they will give Ghana 10% profit, and then they will take the rest. Don't renew that lease. You see, right now, it's all about Ghana. So right now, the Ghana government will have to take over that lease. Whatever they will make from that land, whatever they will make, they should use it on Ghana. It's very simple. Everybody for himself now. Oh, you don't want us to enjoy your country, but you want to use our gold, sell it, and use it to develop your country. So that if you come there, you sack us. No, President Mahama, if Ramaphosa call, don't pick the call. Everybody for himself.
All right, enti Ghana phobi enomudi omonsem etu dwa kiremu a se Cyril Ramaphosa, president of South Africa, or President John Dramani Mahama manemfa, because said ya omo eti omo man mu ho e South Africa but yet so you want to benefit from other African countries to say Ghana mo ebefa gold any niema, because see $100 million annually, they are making over $500+ million every year. Enti one other strike the difference na hwese saying and omo de bema Ghana for $100 million annually na de aka ni nyina omo e de ko omo krom e de akwakobo omo kro no ho bra enti no ana ama Ghana for do na so boafu in the wake of this xenophobic attacks ni nyina mu no omo support President John Dramani Mahama e mani renew license bi amfa mo na mpo so ebeba saa they should make sure that the chunk of the money remains in Ghana ni nyina mu no Paul Adomoche on also the ntiremu aba because see here you in your opposition men can say sitting government obia support say or making sure say renewal no is either it is favoring Ghana, the major aspect of it favor Ghana, and I said there should be no renewal. Paul Adomoche and so Edin ntiremu and then the backing aba for President John Dramani Mahama yenko ni engine ntiremu ni emra CCA.
Likely contract that is lopsided in their favor. We always sign contracts lopsided in our favor because we don't present our best foot forward. We have people who don't understand what they are doing. We have people who don't want to help Ghana, and then they become important. They are minister for this, chief director, this, that, big man, this, big man, that. They have no interest for the country. They go and they sell everything out, and the young people don't have no jobs to do. The young people have no jobs to do. We shall not allow this to happen. Nobody, no media house should allow this. We all saw what happened in Johannesburg last week and last 2 weeks. They were chanting, go back to your country, go and fix your country, go back to your country. Now they have forgotten that some of the wealth in South Africa, it came from Ghana. It is the mining of gold. Anglo Gold Ashanti, it's a Ghanaian company. GoldFields Ghana Limited, it's a South African company. GoldFields Ghana Limited, it's a South African company. They mine the gold, and the guy is telling us that 25% of their global output has come from one single mine in Ghana, Tarkwa. They had two mines, they had Daman, they had Tarkwa. Why are we doing that? And then South Africans will tell us that, go back to your country, go back to your country. We don't like that. They shouldn't be doing that. We will not sack them to go. But if you have had a mine for 30 years, it's okay. You can't have it. You paid $1, $2, $3 million. 1, 2, 3 for 30 years to mine gold. The price of gold over the last 30 years has been fluctuating. The last 2 years has received phenomenal pricing. 9 years ago, gold had high rise pricing. They benefited from all of that. How much did they pay the government of Ghana? It depends on the contract that they signed. What contract did they sign? Most likely, contract that is lopsided in their favor. We always sign contracts lopsided in our favor because we don't present our best foot forward. We have people who don't understand what they are doing. We have people who don't want to help Ghana, and then they become important. They are minister for this, chief director, this, that, big man, this, big man, that. They have no interest for the country. They go and they sell everything out, and the young people don't have no jobs to do. The young people have no jobs to do. We shall not allow this to happen. Nobody, no media house should allow. We all saw what happened in Johannesburg last week and last 2 weeks. They were chanting, go back to your country, go and fix your country. Go back to your country. Now they have forgotten that some of the wealth in South Africa, it came from Ghana. It is the mining of gold. Anglo Gold Ashanti, it's a Ghanaian company. GoldFields Ghana Limited, it's a South African company. GoldFields Ghana Limited, it's a South African company. They mine the gold, and the guy is telling us that 25% of their global output has come from one single mine in Ghana, Tarkwa. They had 2 mines. They had Dama.
That is the update on Ghana and then South Africa. GoldFields, South Africa, lease agreements in the renewal. Any the other acquisitions are on peso umunya ewo Pristia, any bogosono, and no and some any device. So as we speak now, Bebia Ubia air support say Mayen renew, and I say Ebe renew. I am Ghana will enjoy most of the benefits. Instead of saying best sasikani na de akwako pm ewo omu ekromo South Africa. It's way any and some a free a year South Africa GoldFields South Africa any the government of Ghana. The very first part and it said baby Pristia any Pristia ni bogo site omu edgy lease agreements back in December 2024 no Ghana government said that be the agreements that they were supposed to meet, and I said the conditions that they were supposed to meet before the agreement will be signed, no, omo emiti, but then the previous government still na omo agreements na de ma omo enti no, and as I say the current government said that be e was omo a review, and I say you be revoke license na de ma omo no. The other side of it, GoldFields, Tarkwa omo so omo at least no ebewu April 2027 omo per 20 more years extension. President John Dramani Mahama ne Ghana ban said that be omo ebehwe no mahu say is either we are taking total control or the major benefits sikapudu efrimu ba no yebetimi ye chemu nan kra miensa ebeka Ghana ha say enti ye hwe say ebeye Ghanaian owned and as controlled by Ghanaians. The other part of it, Ghana form the man or two be say that be someone air cost in Ghana. You're making sure say because of xenophobic attacks air cost South Africa no. Meanwhile, they are benefiting from other countries like Ghana. There be agreements no. There are better companies in Ghana here who can take control over these mining sites in Ghana because most of the workers there are Ghanaians. Yes, that was what Ghanaians were championing previously. And on the Omdi Yejuma na sika pudu was a bagana hono ni nyina eyade omo hwe. Companies are omo edi juma wo nyina mostly are Ghanaian owned companies. They can take over and omo enye juma no enfama Ghana. Enti no any update e de mamo. Still na yebegyina mu na yakọ South Africa. Omo time omo share no kakra si. Enti eno ama the Foreign Affairs Ministry of Ghana the plans are say you be evacuating Ghanaians from South Africa. Our the plan no abada that ye the update na mamo na eniji sama efri mu eba echire mu a Ghana government or the abetu dwa say mo ye de mu be free South Africa aba be piem wo Ghana no ye wo package bi a ye de be mamo. And the Ghana government announces package for citizens evacuated from South Africa, including financial aid, transport. So that's what we have on our screens. Ghana government announces support package for citizens evacuated from South Africa amidst xenophobic attacks, including financial aid, transport, reintegration, and then psychological support, way from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And after say omo edibetu just say the very first batch of 300 Ghanaians be free South Africa be PM Ghana hano omo sanso de atu just say oba yenja wo sa se ko because obi o ha obey ono or the ebi kro de ka okrom ho no oba obi nso wo ho a sika kakra bi no atimi aboa no obi nso wo ho a ni ti ayeye ebi akakra wo no ho enti time ya so betimi aye bibia no atimi ayi sika na ene obeba be piem but omo ho be kire omo ene dooso enti Ghana ban aye na adwen se obekọ omo moa with financial aid, transport. Ube free South Africa be PM wo Ghana ha ube PM wo Ghana ha so asa obekọ unchi baby a ote ukrom ni nyina ya de a omo ebe support Ghanaian citizens a ye be evacuate omo de omo free South Africa be PM ewo Ghana ha say no na we'll go on and then give you the evacuation plan again. Ye we are near about what are the conditions on sika ye de be ma omo no. There are some conditions. After waiting, evacuation from South Africa. The government of Ghana announces that all Ghanaians being evacuated from South Africa due to the ongoing xenophobic attacks shall be entitled to the following. And the screens, the package, saying that here, a welcome home financial package. and also so sika yɛde bɛma ɔmo. This is the breakdown of sika yɛde bɛma ɔmo no. Welcome home financial package ɛno yɛ baako. The other one is transportation assistance to their various destinations across Ghana. ɛno na meka yɛ no sɛ wobɛkɔ wo nkyi back to your home country ɛno ɛna yɛde ɛno so bɛka ho the amount. Then reintegration allowance, there's going to be an allowance yɛde bɛma wo a ɛbɛtumi ama wo asaba back to shop bi wagya no wɔ hɔ. Ebi mu kura timi ware South Africans enti ne yere ne ma ontimi mfo ma. So obetimi de oma bade a fine, but wontimi amfo mo amma. That means wagya oyere ne ma wo hɔ. Enti ni nyina no o say ye mamo psychosocial support ni nyina ye pɛ obi na o cycle wa adwen say na akosi utuba takɔ chiri sɛ den kra o so ba wachi na omo cycle omo sɛ de be ya omo adwene mu fine ometimi ene Ghana for e de atena. Entry into a special database for jobs and startup opportunities. And si omo kyerɛ mu a ye de mu nyina ye de mo beto ye be create database bi de amamo. Say the be ye be create job opportunities e de amamo. And si say ye de wo ba no because obi o hɔ a ompɛ so obɛba eka conditions na e be ma wonya saa nneɛma we ni ho. And si ye be make sure say on be create database bi a database ni betimi aboa ne amamo enwuma any startup capitals am betimi dia start bi asa na obotre wo hɔ a obetimi anya shop ketua bi asa ahase e wo Ghana ha de na wo ye wo hɔ no betimi abetoa so e wo Ghana ha amana yeye. And this is the evacuation from South Africa. Omo edi omo free oba no, some of the packages that they are going to get from Ghana buying ho na yede amamo no. Na medical edit dwa say there are some conditions enye din bi asa condition enye din bi asa. Ni nyina ne say ube benefit from saa nneɛma we nyina if only you agree to be evacuated from South Africa, because ebi mu wo ho a omo nya omo adwen so ombebe fie in the midst of all these attacks. Omo shebo say from next month economy dey bibia be by force any ade things are going to some way somehow turn quote unquote bloody here or South Africa no. Ghanaians who agree to be evacuated from South Africa will receive financial support for reintegration. And one beji atum say en famra Ghana no wona obetimi enya sa eye benefits ni bi. And that is the update coming in from the Foreign Affairs Ministry with regards to evacuation. Ye be Ghana for ade share ade omo free South Africa ade omo abepiem back to Ghana. Na ni nyina mu no ebi mu guso ye adwuma wo South Africa, Ghana for ka ho, Malawi for ka ho, Nigeria for ka ho. Na site ba bi omo ye adwuma no and law enforcement officers yi bi kopie mu wo ho a omo hwehwe undocumented foreign nationals. Na baby omo kosie ye no ye the video no be mo anu ahwe baby they had to go into hiding. On your screens or say undocumented foreign nationals working illegally at a construction site hide from law enforcement officers in uncomfortable and dangerous places. Enti said the nneɛma kosu koka munkom krom munkom ebi munte kra still na omo eguso omo ye adwuma South Africa. Nti true say law enforcement for any match for omo e match wo streets is bi ko pie mu ho no na also omo de omo ho kosie. Enti omo de omo ho kosie ye na baby omo ko hyehyɛ na ehu. Enti the video no be ma no mahwe baby a some foreign nationals Ghana for ka ho, Nigeria, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Togo for Benin for omo nyina afra e wo South Africa omo de omo ho kosie ye enko ne enko hwe sa video no ne mbra sisi ye.
And then, yo, come we see you. We can see you, man. Come now. Master, give your hands on one. You are even sweating. Where do you come from? Where do you come from? Original. From where? Zip. Okay. And hey, where do you have him? Where you come from? Where do you come from? Hello. Where do you come from? He's an American. What? Okay. When I'm I also zip. Okay. You are hiding the way now. You are hiding. Okay, you go full stop,
Okay.
Yeah, so there's no other way out.
Use this one. No, we don't.
Some more.
Come. This one, the big one. What's this guy's running there? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you just about to say here. That's what they in the morning. Come. Open your legs. That one, come. Yeah. Put that one in your legs. Put that running inside. Yeah. You run between sit. Open legs. Yeah. Like this. Yeah.
Enti construction site ho ne ekohwe no enti saa no ya line ne omu nyina up omo tete form ho ni nyina they are all foreign nationals omo ye adwuma e wo South Africa enti ma law enforcement officials omo kopie mu e wo construction site ho no omu ko tete ye bi mba bi omu ko hyehye wotimi se o hye ceiling na se ho baabi omu agu flow no ho no akwakoda se de be omu hu no ne nko omu be sa akọ no ato na adwuma so obi man so e no matimi aya achichi omu nyina omu di ebi mu atena form a omu be he no ma document omu kwan omu fa so omu di omu nyina e be ko back to omu ekrom enti eno any update a ye de mamo as we speak now South Africa sesi no adwuma no akwakodi menka ne se officials nsem na omu ama officials ne time up to the end of this month. So end of this month, officials ne your adwuma nyina wie te se Ghana ha immigration for your adwuma nyina wie omo nsa betimi akeka omo ene ade ye de omo nyina afiri krom ho wie a mo amaka no de mo ne march for no na ebe delay because omo so omo ma mo time mo amfiri ho and at the aftermath of a year sa time no omo de amamo no grace period ne so a the aka no de mo ne omo enam street ne so no na ebe face and as we speak now omo omo adwuma as immigration officials who need documents there they said come back home then so en Kenya din so borderless Africa no en ke bia ni obia awuram kakra be ye ne wala tu wala sa kakra na nko de akobo no ho bra so South Africa force there bi omo mpene emma foreign nationals emma omo krom emma ye adwuma nti ebi mo na ya sa omo line amana kwakoye arehosem was South Africa ho and she idea that is the update from South Africa ye de Emma Ghana for and see omo free ho aba be pm Ghana no eno de edin kan de update na mamo se omo ensa betimi aka sika kakra bi omo betimi de aboa for reintegration omo betimi asan so akọ back ebi mu omo transportation on be ko omo krom ni ade ni nyina ya ade Ghana ban se obeboa omo ade omo free South Africa about back to Ghana no and that is the update from the Foreign Affairs Ministry. And then South Africa still now xenophobic attacks no so they are spotting out the undocumented foreign nationals. Now March for March and they almost say whether you are documented or not documented, Charlie from Krumo go back to your home country. So that is the update from South Africa. Mamo Yababa Ghana has saying na ya call NPP for her. As we speak now, you say with regards to Abronye DC, says ya me yatete minyan and TSA say when ya bill and say the updates in our subsequent updates no no be mamu. But then the updates about as to what is really going on and as what was really going on with Abronye DC. Ama say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia the one in Kesie but because they say oh him near say the easy corner. Then ya papa yi obetimi be president amana yeye enti ni one no de kodi ama abanye tisu sesi en because omu ni say political persecutions ni ade bi kokoko so omo dwene ho omo nte ase enti ama omo ababonten a one omo the update on Abronye DC ti ayache no ne detention ni nyina aba e no masanso ascend warning kese se de omo ye omo ne ma no omo hwe ne ye because omo so ba ban mu ebetimi aye the same thing and the amomo yen ko ne ntie Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni updates ye wi a Osahene Alexander Fenyo Markins ono so the write up update ono so the ne di aba tientie flag bearer for MPP ye ba ne aba betie minority leader so ne nsem odi tudwa yen ko ne mra sese
The country is watching to see what kind of opposition we have become. Ghanaians are watching to see whether we are becoming a government in waiting or whether we are yet to settle. Most importantly, it comes at a time when the NDC administration's honeymoon is gradually wearing off, and real questions are beginning to emerge from the broader Ghanaian society. This means that Ghanaians are waking up to the reality of the lackluster performance of the NDC. It also further means that some of the voices that were previously silent can now freely speak up and join us in holding the government to account. We are therefore meeting at a very critical intersection of our political history. The steps we take from this point onwards will be central to delivering Ghanaians from this unambitious and overpromising and under-delivering NDC government.
Enti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and on that part, he was actually also talking about the fact that Omwangasa as an opposition party, what exactly are they doing? Are they opposition in waiting? And as an opposition, Omakwakoda, Nina, and some of the two just as the updates kakra a praying on a Abronye DC in someone a costume hon. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia or say Omo Air in opposition to come and take over come 2028. Nanyama air no. It's not that they are going to retaliate. A idea was a buyer waba for no ye. Wishemu say a buyer waba kono. Se niema bi omo ye se fa kwemu alpha kwemu ni idea. You bring them into account and then we hold those who were responsible. No, we hold them responsible. Near here, se sikabi na alpha baby e beje. Se niema amo ye no to say nei obi akom so many months ye no. And to basa bia wenya bill the updates but then the question no sign was a question na ni nyina ya dia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edi tuja na Osahene Afenyo Markin, the minority leader in parliament on also the write up 10 and ode abay. This is specifically on Abronye DC. Or say in the matter of the bill application for Abronye filed on 14th May 2026. The case was originally allocated to Criminal Court 2. However, the registrar took the docket away from Criminal Court 2 on Friday, 15th May 2026. Inti omo etiremu as a court no omo de omo kwaha na omo de omo baha na empo bail la omo file on 14th May 2026 no. The case has been which was originally allocated to Criminal Court 2 no. Omo and as a registrar now for docket in every from Criminal Court 2 on Friday 15th May. That means that you have to reapply for a bail nibio. Today, the court docket session officers informed counsel for Abronye that the case was fixed at Criminal Court 2, but counsel was finally directed to General Jurisdiction 2 as the new place for the hearing of the case. When the case was called, the Attorney General prayed for more time to respond to the bill application, although the application had been served on 14th May 2026. And see, Attorney General Edikotumu so say, "Komo hwe nanka bail condition no omu nyamre ne nkomu hwehwe mu yie. Na saa mre na omu de hwehwe mu yie ni nyina no na a delay time because de koto mu 14th May tinko omu nim se nka bia nei anase the next hearing ne de na nka bia omo be ka bibi de afa ho but it was as at that time no mom no mo kire omo se mo time na omo emfa hwehwe bail application ni mu. The application was adjourned. Abronye's lawyer could not move the bail application because the Attorney General was not ready. Abronye remains in BNI custody. What is happening to Abronye is unjust and unfair. And the ntimi anka ho asem bia as at that time omo kotena asem ne so no because age say onye ready. Bail application no on share dan hwemu sa ema ne nyeye. Enti sa dia omo entry case no enfanko edafofro. Until the application was adjourned, Abronye's lawyer could not move the bail application because Attorney General was not ready. Abronye remains in BNI custody. Until as at the time, the update way as we speak now, Abronye, in as much as said, some outlets were saying, "Oh, when you build near according to Osahene Afenyo Marking, or say he still remains in BNI custody. What is happening to Abronye is unjust and unfair." And that is the update. NPP omo edema Ghana for on eye Abronye DC ne detention aye detaining no omo ede updates every eho praying. Now within NPP na mu no Grassroots chairman untumi se sia edin on the ama no hono no or say oye Grassroots chairman or say ono chairman untumi oye elite na ye de no pair obi ti say Dr. Mahmoud ba omi ono so ye elite na won say omo parent no serious because elite to elite omo ye adwuma the helms of affairs for the New Patriotic Party omo bo adwuma mo omo na ono a chairman wontumi Grassroots chairman obesa so aba form any Grassroots na ba bom edi nkomo ehunu de ehia say also omo ye say the be party no betimi afa omo frank ekuta 2028 no na ye say enya grokra the parent is really parent and the chairman wontumi on the campaign all ye no e no de sanse we nyina e de etu dwa also ono chairman no oba Jobeye di abo party in 2028 and beyond. About to crowd them phantom chain no hands down. Ye ko ye nim no. Ye nko ne ntie chairman untumi Grassroots chairman nensemo or de etu dwa na yemra sisi.
A grassroots chairman who has energy, who understands the grassroots to lead. Actually, we have the elite flag bearer already. We have elites. So if now the elite people, combine, partner. I mean, if we partner with the grassroots. It means that the grassroots will vote election 2028. That is why, Chairman, to me, I'm here to plead with you. And I want to say, for one to me pleading with you today, it's not for you to serve me. I'm going to serve you as I have done it previously. And you are going to be respected. You are going to be protected. We are a party, we are going to make the value, works again. So bringing Chairman Woon to me as a national chairman means that now the party has given value to the grassroots. What people are saying outside is that, MPP people, so we need we are no matter to watch me. And see, MPP, the better na omatimia kokofa will be only madia nas only titles, and the nakwa could di MPP and him. Look, before, from 1992 to 2023, the people used to say that MPP are a cancer party. Immediately, we brought Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia from the north. Now, our opponent has stopped speaking. So, if you bring Chairman to me from the grassroots, grassroots chairman, the grassroots chairman, if you immediately you elect me as a grassroots chairman, these people, what they are saying that the MPP don't have the value for people who don't have titles and certificates, immediately it will stop. Because you have voted and bring their own to lead our party, to partner with Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. So chairman, I want to be a national chairman. To be a national chairman is like a twins. Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia is a late. You know, so he's a atapanyi. And the chairman want to be will be atakakra as a national chairman to partner with them. So the
all right, into the partnership between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Grassroots chairman Wuntumi is a twins. And all the two are not team near. I say it's a twins. Atakakra, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and Atapenyi, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Atakakra, chairman Wuntumi, Grassroots chairman, or no, and Atakakra, and a late pairing, a late partnership. And the New Patriotic Party. And John he's ever ready to serve Osun Kokoroko Amanyokono and Monfa Tumino Emano na Ome the national chairman for the New Patriotic Party. And Tinesem and Odituja or say and Sembe Brino Makafa Party no MPP Party no sa meya and Unkuta boarding cratebia. Omo emfa onya hwe edru campaigner ye betwem form saa monya ye be we ye be monya win election pe na mato obi ato aguda bi ono Grassroots chairman ne de ono oba obe make sure say mo amobua mu som pagya na mu pagya bi mu nyina ye nyimumu so ho ene ye say adwuma ne ye de beba oman ni mu ama obi anya bia ya ene at least ube so obre so aketua ne ye de ama wo no enti ono de ba oba no Mano metran cran kwanse or ye juma there be obe make sure say baby Ghana tokro bia MPP wo mu bia no obekọ ho na akwa akodi juma chairman untumi enede ninsam ede etu edwa no eti eno eye MPP for nsam a ye de mamo ye beto ansam no so na ye de amamo ye kọ Russia. Na Russia ho no Ghana ni di shebi akopiem wo ho a wakoka Russia amo asrafo no ho amo Ukraine fo eko na the audio and ase ensem Abronye no efam no yarehosem pa no update ene de emam no Abronye edin a yenim Maxwell Edu oye Cape Coast ni wadi 25 years na osi as we speak now he is surviving on one kidney and a metal adjusted liver. Enti screens and yamani bi ena eda o screens ne so no enti as we speak now Abronye no we pura okope bibia ba bedi anse ye de wo free Ghana akopiem e South Africa na wakwa South Africa ye de wo piem Ghana akopiem o Russia na wakwa kope adwuma aye not knowing say okone de na akwa Russian army ni ho amoma akoko ye the update we bremo. There was one Ghanaian and also deny say omu treatment I dey mo no is very good. Ye tuesi kama omu didi kama omu they have enough rest any ade. Say na nyina antisa. Enti ama Ghana ni di shey. Very nice young Ghanaian citizen ne ho akwakoka adwamu sa no. Enti what really happened? Edi ne see ye ema ni timi price say. And I say I'm now surviving on one kidney and a metal liver. Ghanaian Russian recruits cries out. And no any update. And Yabekaimu now what really happened. I say he never began to fight in Russia-Ukraine war, but a pursuit of better economic opportunities sold to him by traveling agents has left him with scars he may never recover from. Maxwell Edu, a 25-year-old native of the central region, now relies on one kidney and a liver adjusted with metal after a drone manned by Ukrainian soldiers attacked him. And he also said, he's living on one kidney and a liver adjusted with a metal after a drone manned by Ukrainian soldiers attacked him. Or say, Ukraine for drone be na den and empo otimi ko pie mu sama drone because say drones ni bi wo ho they are equipped with missiles they the bomb near they ahyehyem enti enam soro sa enyanyaw as a target pe na yes to e dia ball. His story is a reflection of the deep role travel agents and social media platforms are playing in leading unsuspecting Ghanaians to the front lines. Maxwell says he's the only survivor of his battalion on that fateful day when he stepped on a landmine and was spotted by drones. Enti landmine no otiaso. Speaking to Joy News, he explained that his misfortune began when he was transferred from the tank battalion to the assault battalion. The returnee combatant recounted that when he signed the contract qualifying him as a Russian soldier, he was given an empty bullet casing on which his name was inscribed. The bullet casings are what enable the command unit to identify your remains when you are killed on the front line. Enti chale ensam na ehu because before I will join in ankasa na enim say o kwa akon no obetimi afrim enti e be ma bullet casing ni akere odin dia abɔ ho ni de ama wo de ahye wo ho enti say bibi koto na ofrimu a ye yi bullet casing na odin gu ho na no ne be me ehu say okay asomasi ni eni din nie aha na ofri ene ofrim na okiremu a onama na bomba ye de ahyehye fom ni bi okotia so na toye. Also, he revealed that the army deploys soldiers to the front lines for 3 months, and if you are fortunate to survive, they assign you 1 month of rest before you return to the war front. Enti sana ejuma no etie ochiremu a the scenario mass se ni ho kotimi ko kan ye ne se onama no kotia landmine so. The landmine no kotia so no ene toye na ma Ukraine for no suspect yes say omo hu say obi nam ha o ye Russia ni ene omo started the drone targeting no enti eno ene ma Russia for no Ukraine for no hu say there's a Russian troop omo ewo area mu ho enti omo started attacking omo enti ono no ho no he was seeing dead bodies, people were dead or see enam ono no so na ma ni troops and now ono ne batch of battalions e dey omo koy no omu nyina afiri mu ma e ka ono nko a. And that is the ordeal a Ghanaian go through Russia. Producer Ambacho mana kosro kakra ne ato aso ne akan. That is the ordeal Ghana ni de share akwakopiem Russia no okom. And you see the bullet casings are what enable the command unit to identify your remains. He also revealed that army deploys soldiers to the front lines any day. And that is the updates coming in from South Africa. And Maxwell Edu, he recalled that it was even perilous getting to their duty post near the Ukrainian border. By the time we completed the 5-day journey to where we had been assigned, almost half of the battalion has lost their lives. You are either killed by a landmine, an explosion, or you are shot. He stated that on the front line, their tasks included monitoring enemy activity, tracking the direction of fired missiles, and delivering food to other soldiers via drones. Enti ochiremu the kind of ordeal omukom was South Africa no enyagro. This is because the assault on the Ukrainian is a 24-hour operation. You are only given 1 hour to rest, which is woefully inadequate. Every hour you need to alert your commander that you are alive. You are not permitted to oversleep because you risk being ambushed. So that is the update I did every Russia airbus. See, as we speak now, Ghana Nino wakwako di nsenseme Russia. As we speak now, we prepare surgery. No. Some of you saw some of the pictures, and it's very bad. It is very, very, very bad. A lot of adjustments, and within a body nimu akwakoye arehosem. As we speak now, Maxwell Edu, 25 years, or try so obe saving home South Africa. Maxwell said he struggled to sleep while on the battlefield because aside from the need to remain vigilant, everywhere he looked, he saw dead bodies. Way over that. Because baby abetu ani bia obi awuda ho. His worst moment occurred on the second day at the front line. He had been sent to replace someone but accidentally stepped on a landmine. When it exploded, the blast threw me against a tree. However, this alerted a nearby Ukrainian unit and they targeted my battalion. I believe my actions led to their deaths, he lamented. The grief-stricken 25-year-old said, when he regained consciousness, it became a struggle for survival as drones trailed him, aiming to kill him. So these are some of the pictures of Samuel Maxwell Adu. His injuries to his kidney and liver occurred when one of the drones attacked, but he managed to save his life by crawling into a nearby bunker and administering first aid to himself. I sealed the perforated veins and bandaged my stomach. That was what we were taught to do during training if we ever got injured. The ensuing moments were more torturous than he imagined. After waiting 3 hours for evacuation with no help inside, he began a 3-day journey to a Russian safe zone with no food and limited medical supplies. My food had been destroyed. When I became thirsty, I ate snow and sand as I pushed toward the safe line. All I thought about was survival. I believe being alive today is by grace. Enti Maxwell, Ninsem, Ena Ode Etu Chano, Areho Sempa Maxwell. Very nice gentleman, 25 years. And as I say, he is part of the Russian army. Akwakofa and Sembi Braba. Na ninyina say there are some traveling agencies. I want to say, oh, Ejuma or Russia. Se yan to kwa ekoso Russian Ukraine war ekoso you bet so Ejuma or Russia. Na uti anya ye na akopiem wo ho. Either you find yourself in Ukraine or Russia. At the first Ejuma wo ha ye de be mo aye. And it's about joining the war front. To quite a costono, you do back a year recruiting a hunt where you have Russian soldiers, maybe Ghana in a koto a year from ride in their middle. No, as we speak now, or call you see a command a Juma for and I a call your name, yes, and a command a Juma for as a soldier or coca Russian army no one or more agent conwa as we speak now, Nadia, or see being alive now, a idea. By grace. And yes, as we speak now, can also can a number of people omu every mu Russian Ukraine war no emu enu ebi. Enti se no bibia na be koso ahwe ye. Ministry of Foreign Affairs they abeto dwa se wunya bibia asase ye se be ye adwuma wa amano ni kro we su a ye hwehwemu hu se it is legit. Because ukopie mu ho you don't have any option. Because the kind of promises I did amount we say they won't tell you what's really a Jumana won't kasa okoye as a military officer. No, and I say soldier ni or Russia no or mon can the woman in fancho. The benefits are there. Sikani the ABA the Bemau, but the reality of what will happen at the war front, you will not know. Some of them are used as bait. They are used as bait. And before you realize, Russia ni bin enam hano, se focus ni nya ko hope no mo makano. Targeting the Ukrainian troops no and some battalion no and who ye bait no you are as good as dead. Ebi muso ho aye the bomb hye omo ho say go and mingle with the Ukrainians. They dress them as Ukrainians because they see ebi mu you can't identify why they Ukraine because blacks no say omo do so battalions nim until they find some way somehow to dress you as a Ukrainian. Go and mingle with them. Then bomb why they will explode. And you sacrificed yourself already. These are some of the things that Ghana ni se na ho akwakoka adwam ewo Russia. Na nyame ene da na sese as we speak now ne de and otimkwam na mum said they all surviving no very 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 crucial. You be free Russia nsem so na yatoa ensem no so ede amamo. Last week, you brought more updates, and I'm the week here. You brought more updates of Mr. Ampra, last hero, Kumase, social media influencer. Or see ne ye, and I said ne who can ye, Emmanuela, ofrimu, ne ye, ne ye, on obi on the start and down for pa, me ye nasibi. Last killing tia, me ye ni bi. Nane mame and the papa na mum omutimi ba eye ni bi. As we speak now, we know say last hero and the Kilentia they've parted ways. Na last hero ne ho can free mu last hero 1 week Kilentia 1 week wa ma a year dana so wa ma and they fine. So as we speak now, they are no more together. Na mum Kilentia na wo foko pie mu ho bi man tie beto dwama last year a boss ma Ghana for nyina te ye ne se na kila ntuawofo ba ye ni bi no wakogina ho edidi o matem na ne asem na dane kila ntua ma me kiremu a onbie onyina ba bi nkiremu kan se aye na oba bi no ne ba no edidi na tem ama no so abeya asem foforo and just say what is going on last year Mr. Ampra Babontin a wo de a chew pakese edi mama me no se mpo se maame ne ka saa kire no na sese maame na sa dane na no se wan kan ne saa ono de one maame ne ntwen because ontimi nyi ne ba kilentua emma ewo emonten so saa nti ono de obeba bonten no obepa chew last year de a chew pa ba yenko ne ntie last year na yemra sese
obusuafo Ghana phone na we de mechia mo nene ayada around o we are sepa we dey asema metimi aka chemo ne se eja me followers a motam machi a mutu me fo se asem we ni kwansa me kasa efa ho biem we de mesremo o ma men clear airway madaroma mu hu bibi se ya hwe no ma mu bu anfume owo me antisisi de no asem na wo ka kire me na ene de watimi asase sanwano nimblemu beble meme lasiro amiti ai mintimi nka asem nto so da said na meje owo me tambia wo behu mi bia wo de ani je na hia me na me yi na se no kwa me hu no this boys no me catch on say ma me yatimi aba yi me say ma me one o papa on pem asem me hu mani je wo sa ba sa be bonsa intimacy den makoka entro enti say ato so intime me akola say bia waka nka asem me say waka say kama brenya me kura mintimi nya sada owo me we de wadaroma se wo se ma twan trato so wan kasa na me kasa sro bunku to do woni wo de facha me why sro if se wi ase no ma agye di se moja mudi untimi nso nto obantwene eno de ena video na eba out na me ye life no enye se ma intention se ma sheda se me ye life e dia se obi din me ye life no se me ba be didas e me obi ye de o comment wa se e na me kan de si e kire omo fi se me ebe me ya se wa wo ba na e na me so nti no obi didi watem mintimi nya sa nche me ma me nti obi ye sa o se me kasa ba o mma se we are said to ni kwan so okuka obi hu obi ebusuam asem ena ma yie na oba ye nti na me kan sa na wo me we de mesrew se ne de wo so nkan sa o de me paacho oba ai asafuse ya enya me nkwan akwa na odi sa nkomo ne kire ne ma me fo bebre wo ho wo kan sa ye de e kire mu kire mu kire mu nti e de na me last room me mitimi kan assementi se we eto so owo me so de o se ma wan kasa na nakasa ato so am so fache me why na fe bloggers no mesremo ani die no obu kwa so mo da mo fa na se ma fom mo fa nche bia why na mo keep na mo support ye ejamo na mo mama ya ye last room ne Ambrasie yon mo na mapeja ya timisremo we de men kasa bebre nti obi bia o ta mechi ase wo hu ne se me kasa bebre no enye se bia me kasa niema na ekom trim na me sa ate sa asem ene ma me be sa life nti we de madaroma mo fa nche me why ti ma me ne so on kan sa owo me we de wa na oba ne me fa ne se ma ye obone me srew na fa che me ebi nsibi das
nti eno Mr. Ampra last year no de a chopa kese de akọ de ama kilentua ne maame antisisi also opa na cho say asem no ono ane kan na osisi enye ono ne kan ono de oni hwe ka achopa no betimi de ama maame no enti say de Mr. Ampra or the achopa kese de aba a opa bloggers fo ni nyina achew say monhwe na monfa nche no na monhu say mo ne omo ana ye adwuma enti mo besa ato aso no ato kese no mo ye adwuma na ye ko professor Kwame na Ahoy na papa yi de nsem bia ba betudwa Nisem odi atudwa no he's speaking on the new decentralization policy and strategic framework 2026 to 2030 a new decentralization policy and strategic framework 2026 to 2030 na papa yi saying or say Ghana yenhwe ye pa the level of decentralization e pese de ba Ghana ha no yenhwe ye because e betimi acost yen. As we speak now, no, say there are still some states and also some kingdoms in Ghana ha. Omutimiti omo ho eye kuro eye country eye oman mani ye. Talking of the Ashanti Kingdom, who say omo etimiti omo ho ye kuro ye. Enti ema omo mfa tumi bebre na enko form enko nkoma district assemblies any MMDCs ni ade. Some of some ye decentralization na. Mo hwe kwan a mo befa so mo be ya ma na ye because e bi esi pen na saying some parts of Ghana omo so mo beti omo ho ensem bebre ema in krobi in history krobi to say Yugoslavia decentralization sa na man tokwa mentime ho ase ene kroba akono omo achiche omo mu mako 7 Croatia ka ho Bosnia and Herzegovina omo nyina ka ho enkro bebre enti yen hwe ye because Ghana wo ho no say yanhwe ya ebientimi ntina ho te say Ghana mua ba ko sa enkosi yanhwe ya hu ye yentie Professor Kwame na Ahoy na yemra sisi.
Decentralization is good, but if you don't take care, it can be a great danger to the unity of the state. And I have explained to you that Ashanti could easily be a country. The Dagomba Kingdom could easily be a country. We don't want to fashion out a governance system that will give an excuse for Ghana to break up. Don't ever think that Ghana can remain or will remain Ghana forever. Ghana, like almost all African countries, with the exception of Ethiopia and Liberia, are artificial, or Ghana is an artificial colonial construct. But for colonialism, there would be no Ghana. In fact, it is most likely that Ashanti would have conquered the rest of Ghana. They had. It was the British that stopped them. So when you have an artificial construct like that, with a very strong empire, and Ashanti was an empire, and you say you are decentralizing, you must watch what you do. Fortunately, we have had very wise Asantehines who have not created a problem. But if you get an Asantehine who is troublesome, you can create problems for the nation Ghana.
Enti yes, Professor Kwame na Ahoy and I didn't some to John which remua yetiri na ye say we've had otumfo and I say asante hene omo betwam kono mu nyina na yade na omo ani da ho na omo ekoye obi oye controversial a enka saa agenda yi te say yepese yete ye ho no enka omo ebetimi amaso amana yeye obonkro bi te say Dagomba nso so ka ho say omo so ye kingdom omo so betimi ate omo ho amana yeye enti decentralization ne de ye na emum yenhwe ne ehu kwan a yebefa so a yebeye no amana yeye enti no eye Professor Kwame na Ahoy ne nsem na ode eto dwa no enti as we speak now ne de 2026 to 2030 decentralization strategy framework a yede eba no yade a Professor Ababe kasa ho ekiremu a now the powers no and I say authorities no do na ye de be hye MMDCs no ye de be hye omo nsa na omo aye eho adwuma nti bibia omo na be run na omo centralize na omo channel bibia e de akọ the presidency and I say aban mu amana yehie enti obia will take over their resources nyema ye de be bro omo fa mu omo district omo metropolitan assemblies ni ade ni nyina ade a Professor Kwame na ho ekyire mu a yenhwe ne yehu how a yebesi aye no ama no ayeye enti yebetoa ensem no so na ye de amamo eno Professor Kwame na ahoy ne nsem na ode etutwa no ye to nsem no so a na nsen videos and pictures bi circulate ye ebi ene da screens ne so no ema yehu se Kennedy Akompreko ohene Japan oni Dr. Kwame Despite and the other person no also Dex 360 I think I'll get the name nam dia mamu yehu se omo ahyehye omo ho Freemason for and omo tete ho na omo dwen ho omo ntia ase se another ben na bibi say koso ne enim especially on the side of Kennedy Japan na ben no join Freemason amafo dodo na na omo ntia ase na emom enkyeremu aba amanfo hu ni se dapi we AI generated na the other person or come ho emom ye nipa miensa no ono Dex 360 Ghana ono na ode update no de aba na emom yebekom na mohu what is really going on or say my attention has been drawn to an AI generated image circulating online featuring myself Dr. Kwame Despite and Kennedy Japan falsely portraying us as members of the Freemasons. You almost see video pictures be no who say AI generated and the other trouble so and among for say more a Freemason or joining Freemason they almost say ni fake na AI generated image. Or say I wish to state clearly that the image is fake and the claims associated with it are completely untrue. I urge the public to disregard the misleading content and avoid sharing false information. Thank you. Nti omu chemwa a misleading content nukre bia enim enti obesre se mumbo ni nyina ntungu na emamo mfa mani enkodi so nkaka se nti o here pictures no original image no ene dan chen no and I heard the other side there the fake one no I address you omo abo omo bow tie I show omo suit e de niam agugu omo kom di bi abobo omo mu kire se omo ye Freemason for no omo kire mu a no kure bia anim na AI generated image nti mu hu bibi sa momo ento enwu enzam foforo mu a ye beto aso the updates na mamu no Kwesi Pratt Junior Edin Semaba na manfo say this is an expose omo expose MPP for because Esando obi a oko posti on Facebook say Dumso is back. Na Dumso is back no billboard bi esi baabi na sa billboard no President John Dramani Mahama phone boso kese e no matwra ase say Dumso is back. Na Abronye bi na ifo kofa no na MPP for the say we a political witch hunt na de no obi ka say Dumso is back no so e was say kwachi nipa no na ono Esando ene da screens ne so no ono ene ko posti say Dumso is back e ma se bia na ifo ekofa no na se nkyeremu ne se ebi mu nkyeremu se civil issue mo kyeremu a billboard na ewo ho no someone's intellectual property and Esando amassage no to suit what he wants to portray on Facebook say Dumso is back enti we intellectual property theft and one some near the court. And to the other side of it, they say intellectual property theft a civil issue and a civil civil case then a BNI for a cofa a Esando. And some no sheha and a sanso sheha. And it was a heated argument between Kwesi Pratt and MPP Communications for Nibi. And no yadi ebemamu say no. When the this is the billboard. Dumso is back. We David Esando on the post you see what I just saw in town around Chapel Square. Dumso is back. The bimu say it is a massaged picture. Obi angasa billboard or the see ho and no masisa and yeme wasono and the akoye Dumso is back. Who mounted this billboard? Where is it located? Why na ye billboard na? Where is the original billboard? Mean kanasa. Enti omuhuni say intellectual property theft a civil case. Why is BNI picking up David Esando? That is the question ekoso. Nemom Kwesi Pratt peso ojinemu kire say there is nothing like political witch hunt. Nemom Abronye no ɔno no ɔmo hu ne sɛ ɔmo kɔ yɛ sɛ adeɛ nti a yɛakyerɛ ne sɛ wakɔ post sɛ Dumso is back enti nsɛm no wokyerɛ mu a ɛyɛ akɔyɛ nneɛma bɛyɛ sɛ mmiɛnsa enti yɛbɛkɔ ne atie Kwesi Pratt Junior ɔno ne nkyerɛ mu NPP for nso so ɔmo nkyerɛ mu ɛne the yɛn ankasa yɛyɛ journalist yɛn nso so how do we explain this arrest of David Isando nti yɛn nneɛma mmiɛnsa yɛn kɔ ne nkɔ tie nneɛma asisiɛ.
Somebody put on a Facebook page that Dumso is back. Moro, in all honesty, tell me, where in Ghana's law, tell me, how practical is it for you to arrest somebody because he put on his Facebook page that there is Dumso? I, as the deputy ranking member of my party in parliament, go to my Facebook page. I have written there that when I went to my village, there was light off. So I should be arrested for that. Is that not political persecution? Should I be arrested for that? Emoro, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Should I be arrested for that? Because I put on my Facebook page that there is no shop.
I've asked this question, Collins. I've asked this question several times, and then the whole of this week, in fact, including last week, I've asked this question: are we able to really confirm that the basis for the arrest of David Isando, was because he said Dumso is back?
And they said
that would be very shameful.
Yes, and they said he put
totally unacceptable.
He said he put the president picture by it.
No. But I really wondered if indeed that was the case.
But Collins knows that what he's saying is not the truth.
What is the truth? Okay, maybe you can help us.
Yes, I'll help you. You know, the image which he used on his Facebook is actually from a billboard produced by somebody.
Yes.
So all he did was to use the artwork, including the president's picture, and described, his slogan, Dumso is back. What I'm told, and challenge me if you think I'm wrong, is that the producer of that billboard, the person who did that artwork, reported to the police for theft of intellectual property.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You understand? How is that person President Mahama?
Yeah, that's why I've been asking.
That person is not President Mahama.
Yes, but that's why I've been asking. Yes, that's why I've been asking.
Property rights have been offended.
Yes, that's why I've been asking.
No, Moro, that's not it.
Can somebody be arrested just because the person said
that is not
Dumso is back?
Moro, that is not it.
Okay,
we were told that the person has been arrested because he put on his Facebook page that Dumso is back with the description or the picture of the president.
There's a
complaint.
Guess what?
Yeah.
I am told.
Yeah.
That when the lawyers of David Isando went to the BNI, Kaukudi, and they asked the BNI officials, why have you arrested my client? You know what they told them? They said because he had written that Dumso was back.
Yes,
no,
that's what they said to me.
That one is wrong.
Yes, so that's what I'm talking about.
That's what we have asked several times that indeed it's not the case.
More, if that is the case,
but that would be very strange.
Nobody can justify that.
You can't justify that.
Only yesterday. Hold on. Only yesterday, I got to know that there's actually a complainant. There's a complainant.
So now when there's a civil matter and there's a complainant, is the BNI that arrests the citizen? When there's a complainant on a civil matter,
check first and see whether there's a complainant.
And there's a civil matter.
Theft.
A civil matter. Is it a BNI that
complainant? Obviously, even if there's a complainant, you would have expected the Ghana Police Service to move him, and not the BNI. I mean,
on this particular matter,
we need to get to the bottom of this.
On this particular
matter, explanation. But BNI, I mean, it's a bit of an overreach.
It's not my explanation.
No, what we were told is what I'm talking about.
I am not justifying what happened. I'm saying that if any citizen is arrested, for saying that Dumso is back,
it's wrong.
It will be terrible.
Yes,
because even if that is peddling false information, I would not think that it would have reached the threshold for arrest.
Absolutely.
So I would condemn it with all the vehemence. Can I just conclude? What I'm saying is that yesterday I had information that his arrest was based on a citizen's complaint of theft of intellectual property. Check that first.
Fine, but why BNI?
whatever. Is President Mahama the head?
No, I mean to stretch it to say no. That's just politics. But I'm saying that.
So if it is wrong, it is wrong.
Yes,
let's deal with
it. That's that point.
And it doesn't matter whether you are NDC or NPP.
Yes.
If something is wrong, it's wrong.
It's
That's
wrong,
what
it's wrong.
condemning.
And it is wrong. That is why we've seen a repetition of similar instances where people express themselves and they are arrested. They are taken. And that is why the APP, feeling very, very aggrieved, petitioned the diplomatic corps. There's nothing embarrassing about it. That's the point I want to make. Because clearly, even now, you have agreed with me that this particular issue is very, very appalling.
I haven't said so.
Oh, Angwesi.
I haven't said so.
Angwesi, you say it was wrong. Maybe you didn't use the word appalling.
I'm saying that if this gentleman was arrested, only because he said that Dunso was bad,
that's
it
wrong.
is indefensible.
I
You
agree.
cannot defend
Yes.
it.
That's what.
However, I've been told that he was arrested on the basis of citizens' complaint to the police. That's what I'm saying.